pain is the path. If you
Yeah.
cannot tolerate pain, I always say to the people, the only thing I can offer you sincerely is more pain, not less. Yeah? If you want to become a spiritual person, you have to prepare for more pain. Yeah.
My guest today, Shaykh Burhanuddin Herrmann, has spent decades walking the path. A close disciple of the Naqshbandi Sufi master, Shaykh Nazim al-Haqqani, but his teaching carries a particular edge. He suggests that the greatest obstacle is not ignorance, but the structure we take to be ourselves. Everyone seems really connected outwardly, technology and work and social life, but inwardly they're feeling fragmented and empty. Uh, from a Sufi perspective, what are they missing in this modern world, or what have we forgotten that is causing this feeling?
Well, this is a very fundamental thing, you see, because when the child is born, it still lives for quite a long time into the absolute reality, and this is why it is happy. No, usually a child is happy, and it's content, and it feels utterly connected. No, there's never this question that a child says to its mother, "I don't feel connected with you," or "I don't feel connected with you, Papa," or whatever. No, so it feels this connection, but the parents live in separation, yeah, and out of this separation, they suffer. So out of love, the child sooner or later follows the parents, no, and takes this program over of what they suffer, and this is happens when the ego is fully built, which we can say when the ability of reproduction comes into place. Yeah, that can be with boys quite young, but usually it is, let's say, it's between 10 and 17. Yeah, with the girls, depends, but usually between 10 and 14 to give the range. No, yeah. And when that happens, the identification with the individual self is completed. No, yeah, that I am a being by my own, and I am different than others. Yeah, and the identification starts to be with the mind, first of all. Now, the mind is the sun, is like the embodiment of the sun in us, and it looks so attractive that we fall in love with it, and also that we trust it completely. Yeah, we trust our own mind. Yeah, we may not trust our own decisions because they cannot be done with the mind. That's the reason why we don't trust necessarily our own decisions, but we trust the mind. Yeah, we are very happy with our mind. We are very content with our mind. We think actually our mind is the best mind someone can have. No. Yeah, and this is this blindness of the ego mind, you can say. No, and in this blindness we are separate. Yeah, we cannot connect. So we connect to the outer world that is connected through the senses, no, through the outer senses, because all the senses drive us to the outer world first of all. No, and we are not coming here to not to do something with this body. Yeah, so we have to live with this body in this world, and we have to also use it. We have to act in it, and so on and so on. No, but over the time, some can get lost, no, and they lose the meaning of what they are here for. No? They lose this understanding. I'm here not only for making a career or find the partner of my lifetime, and so on and so on, but I am here on a higher purpose as well. No.
You've said before that the first God we worship is the mind. Did I recall that quote that thought correctly?
We can say so, yeah. Yeah.
And how does that shape how we live?
Well, you see, because we are so much in love with our mind, it never shows us an answer really. It never gives us a final solution. It never gives us this answer that brings us complete peace or brings us happiness and joy and for a longer time. And yet we trust it completely. Yeah. And this is somehow the trick of the mind, because the mind is so fluid. It is so incredible, capable to go here and there and to have this impression it can understand everything, you know. It can go everywhere, you know, and it can imagine everything. So it has a lot of attractivity, you know. But we need to understand that this mind, we have two minds, and this first mind has a negative polarity. Yeah. So it brings us at the end suffering. It will not do that if we follow a certain code. Yeah. When we follow a certain code that is in all the spiritual paths, the street of how to behave in the society, man and woman, and all this codex that basically is in all the spiritual paths the same. If we follow this codex, yeah, which means the principles, yeah, we do not lie, we do not cheat, we do not betray, and so on and so on, then we have a certain kind of protection, you know, yeah, from not to go too deep in suffering, right? But if we don't do that, if we don't have a clear code, yeah, then life becomes complicated, you know.
So you mentioned suffering. I think many enter a spiritual path looking for an end or an ease to suffering by trying to find maybe different purpose, meaning, or identity. But your talks often speak to something different than identity. What is actually being sought by people who enter a spiritual path later in their life?
It can be many reasons, but the first reason I would say they feel called. Yeah, there is a call that tells them something is higher. There is a source. Yeah, there is a force as well, and there is a meaning in all of it. You know, there is an intelligence in it behind. So that is one group. The other group maybe find somebody that they just fall in love with and that follows a spiritual path, no? And out of this love, they just come into it, no? And then there is surely the group that wants to find a way out of suffering, no? And the spiritual path talks a lot about it, no? That this is a method out of suffering, right? And so they go into that, no? I would say this is the three kind of people.
Yeah. But there's also a lot of suffering within the spiritual path as well, because you need to face certain things. No?
Pain is the path. If
Yeah.
you cannot tolerate pain, I always say to the people, the only thing I can offer you sincerely is more pain, not less. Yeah? If you want to become a spiritual person, you have to prepare for more pain. Yeah, because there is the truth, and you want to see it. Then you have to go all the way back that you came from, and you redo things, you rethink things. Yeah, and you review things, and this becomes very painful. Yeah. Because there is a lot of illusions to break, a lot of forgiveness to do, a lot of repentance also. Yeah, there is all the wounds that we have to have a look at it. Our relationship with our parents, all of that is very painful work. No.
Indeed.
Yeah. So don't come to the spiritual path if you do not have this courage and this understanding. A spiritual path doesn't take immediately away the pain from you. That's not going to happen.
Do you think because we live from our minds, and the minds are often, and our thoughts are often controlled by our ego, right? Achieve this, get this, talk bad about this person, get what you want. And that creates quite a bit of pain and disconnection.
Yeah, one thing is clear. We are the source of our pain. And for example, many people say, my mother doesn't love me, or my father doesn't love me. No, she's not loving me. No, but you have to ask yourself, from whom did you learn love?
Yeah.
Who was the one that gave you love, that gave you this experience of love? Because without that experience, you would not know about love, right? You have to know it before. You have to be given before you can give it, right? You have to receive before you can know of something. So all of us being in the womb of a mother that during her pregnancy, at least in my own little statistics, what I saw in pregnant women, that there is not a day, a moment even, where the mother is not lovingly connected with the baby. Then when it comes out is a total different story, no? Because then comes this interaction, kind of, no? And that can be a very traumatic thing, or easy or not easy. But even it is just a very normal, good mother, we will have difficulties, no? Because nobody can be always there the way we need it, no? But all of us has learned the love from our mother as the first, no? This is what we cannot deny, Even it is a schizophrenic mother, or she is psychotic, or she is whatever she is, which is, thanks God, not the rule, right? She gave us this love. She gave us this love, and that's why we say in our tradition, the paradise is under the feet of the mother. She gave us this love. She taught us this love from her heart to our heart.
Yeah. And many spiritual teachings do emphasize love, compassion. Buddhism is big on compassion, devotion, but you always place truth as the first point to that, I believe. Why must truth come before love?
Because truth is the earth of love. Truth is the foundation. When there is no truth, nothing can grow, nothing can stay. So truth is something that we all know about. Love is something that we all have to learn about. But truth is given to us. Every one of us can understand what is truth. And we have a voice, an inner voice, that we call it the conscience. And in our tradition we call it the voice of God. Talking to you. Clearly, when you have some not good thing in mind, or you lie, or whatever, there comes this voice and says, no, not good. Not good, right? And it's easy to deny it, but it is there. And when someone tells the truth also, we feel it. We cannot defend ourselves from truth. You see, this is the beauty of truth. There is nothing we can do about when a truthful person comes, or a truthful message comes. It will hit us, yes or yes. Yeah.
And when you speak of truth, are you referring to ultimate truth or an intellectual truth?
Well, we say what is true for you. The truth, look, finally there is one absolute truth. And in that truth we all can meet. But on the way towards it, our truth will be different from time to time. It appears always true to us, but we cannot be sure, is it true? Until we meet the absolute truth. When that happens, there is no doubt anymore. Yeah, right. And this is where we can meet. Yeah? We can meet in truth. Love is a different category. Yeah, we might not be able to love everyone, but we can always be true with the other.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm. Yeah. When someone looks at themselves honestly, really honestly, they often encounter more discomfort than they're used to, I think. They find contradiction and tension, resistance, pain in their body. What is being revealed to them in those moments?
Yeah, the truth is against you. That is the thing you have to know, because this is the part of the game. Look, if you would know the truth of everything in front, there would be no game of life. There would be no thrill in this life. Yeah. So we have to fall. This is a falling dimension that we all signed up for it, and then we stand up again. Yeah. And then we know better. Yeah. Right. But first we have to fall.
And the ego resists truth. I mean, it likes to live in conflict, right? Why
Yeah,
is it pushing so hard against truth?
that's his duty, because it cannot exist in absolute truth.
Mm.
There is no place for it. Yeah. And because where we come from is an egoless zone, because it is a collective zone. So there is no individual self in that sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There is only one self. Yeah. And when we separate from each other, we create an illusionary self. Yeah. And that's why it resists as much as it can. Yeah.
It wants to maintain itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like a pathogen or a virus. It wants to replicate and hold on and
Yeah, it
mutate.
fights for life. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why we say in Sufism, die before you die, because it is a kind of death, And you cannot say, even with the physical death, this is an easy matter. Yeah. Yeah. Some people speak about this. They say, "Oh, it's easy to die." And it is not easy to die. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that death, this the death of the individual self, is a very hard death. Yeah. It's the most difficult one. And yeah, that's why it is also rare. Yeah. There are not many people on earth who have reached this point. Yeah.
Yeah. Your teachings describe a reversal of living from mind to heart instead from heart to mind. What shifts when we take that reversal?
Well, first of all, the first mind functions in the way that you push everything. Like this is a very pushing mind. The other mind is a mind that listens, that receives. Yeah. It is not interfering, you can say. It doesn't want anything in that sense. Yeah. It listens, and it not only it listens what is said, it listens to what it has to do. Yeah. Right. And then it will follow this command, whatever it is. Yeah.
So the center of life should be our heart, right? We should live from the heart rather than from the mind.
Yeah, well, it's not that the mind is bad in that sense. We have a use of it in a practical sense, and we should use it. Yeah? It's not that you should not use it. Mind has its purpose, but we should not give it the first place.
Yeah.
That is the point. So when we concentrate on the heart, we do it because our life energy is not in the brain. Our life energy is contained in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
And we understand that when we have heart problems, then we feel this anxiety, deep anxiety about our life. While if we have a headache, we usually just feel inconvenient, but we do not really fear about our life in that sense. No. So the heart is the director of all the other organs. No. Without it, nothing can happen. No.
Can there be a sense of I am in the heart? Can one feel that? Like they can sense in their mind?
You know, I know this is a very popular thing nowadays to say I am. Yeah. Yeah, whatever that means.
Right.
I would like to turn it around, and this is he is. Okay. Yeah. He is. And that would be the more healthy way to look at it. Because the ego can take everything to its benefit. So then we have these endless numbers of avatars and God knows what enlightened ones, what they think, yeah. And I am and the I am and because the mind has this thing. It can understand everything, but mind means nothing. Yeah, what you understand in your mind is not that you really understood it, yeah. It's just a wave on the ocean, yeah. But doesn't mean you understand the depth of the ocean. No. So while when you see yourself not there, but everything goes to him, yeah, right, or to her, however it appears to you, then it is healthier. No.
There's also a sense in your teaching that the body plays a role in knowing, right? Not just thinking or feeling. How does it participate in awareness?
Well, the body cannot be cheated. And this is the good thing of the body. Yeah, that's why the body is the temple. It is a sacred place. No. So your mind may, for example, tell you, I love this person. Yeah. But your body doesn't react like that. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it's not attracted. It doesn't want to come there. It doesn't want to have anything to do really with it,
Yeah.
Then you understand this is not the truth. Yeah. You would maybe love that person, but you don't. Yeah. So when someone touches us, we know how the touch is, if it's a true touch or not, if it is a touch that gives attention, yeah, or not, right? So the body never lies at you, no, and that's the beauty of the body. Yeah, that's why we consider the body as a very high position. Yeah. No?
And I think you said that the heart can recognize when we're out of frequency with our situation. How does someone develop that sensitivity to hear and listen to the heart, to move it from a belief or an understanding about it to an actual capacity?
Look, when there is a problem, yeah, then most probably it is because you push too strong on something. Yeah, you want something to happen that is just not happening. Okay, and you push it and you push it, and the heart never pushes. Yeah, the heart does not push. The heart has this tenderness. Yeah, it has this patience. No, yeah, it is not like just a waiting frequency. It is not like just to wait, but it has this understanding that everything has its good time. No, so the heart is in this consciousness that it is not the controller of the universe, right? And it loves to synchronize with it, yeah. But it's not going against anything, no. Okay, so when you have difficulties in whatever area it is, most probably it is because you push too hard. Yeah. You want something that is just not yet in your capacity, or it is just not true. Yeah, no matter how hard you push it. Yeah, so calm a little down and become a bit tender on it, and it will do the work for you. Yeah. See, this is the beauty of the heart. It serves us in we forget it, in we do not remember it. Yeah, not to say that we speak to it. Yeah, usually we don't, right? So, and yet the heart is not angry on us. Yeah, it just does its work because that is its nature. It's selfless. Yeah, it does this selfless service, and it gives its nutrition. It gives its attention to all the other organs. Yeah, and to all the other hearts as well. Yeah. When there is another heart nearby, they want to come together and they feel something. No? Then the mind can interfere, and because we give the mind our first place, it leads us astray. Yeah. So when you see children coming together that have not yet this strong mind, they play in no time. Yeah. They find each other and they start to play. You can put a group of elders, no, and maybe it takes a week before they talk one word to each other. No. Yeah.
Like many people, when I was in my teens and early 20s, we all have issues we struggle with, and I saw a therapist. My mother was a psychologist, and I never felt that it ever helped me. And interestingly, the other day I watched one of your discourses speaking about psychology, and I believe you were, and this registered with me, it resonated with me rather. You said that the psychotherapy keeps you held in the past instead of freeing you from it.
I don't want to bash psychology too much. Okay.
Well,
there is a value in it as well.
yes.
But let's say like this, the psychology cannot free you, okay, completely. Yeah. It is a system that is still working with the mind as well. Yeah. And it refers to a very mental situation. Depends which kind of therapy you use.
Yeah, of course.
There are therapies, they work a lot with the body, yeah, and they are more the advanced therapies, I would say. And there is therapy that goes also to our ancestral line, yeah, systemic therapy, you know, like family constellation, that bypasses the mind quite a lot. Yeah, it doesn't want any information really. You know, it just wants you to choose persons and so on, and you do this constellation. No? Then when it comes to systemic therapy, you speak about things, but it is always according certain principles, no? Let's say like this. And they are very much reflected in the heart situation, no, of ourselves. Then there is trauma therapy, which is probably the most helping one if someone is ready for it. Yeah, that is not for everyone, but because the most painful by far. Yeah, but also the most helpful. Yeah, if one can do it. You know, and yeah, so I don't want to really speak too bad about it. Yeah, but it is especially in the beginning of psychology, the divine had no place in it. Yeah. And this cannot go good for a long time, no, because he is. Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying that. And I guess I was, in addition to that piece, I was looking for if someone were dealing with these psychological struggles, what does Sufism or other spiritual paths that you're familiar with have or can offer them as a way of working through those?
It's a combination of many things. Yeah. But if we want to summarize it to one ground, the first thing is your intention. Yeah. You must be clear about your intention. No. And and you must be clear about your expectations.
Mm.
No, yeah. So some expectations are too high, yeah, too far, yeah, and so it is very important that you understand that when you don't know, you must accept certain help, and you must also accept certain suggestions that are given to you, no, so that you practice, and not everything can be explained, especially in the beginning, yeah. Okay, so if we say, for example, say thank you, yeah, that's like as a first mantra, then we can say something to it, but if one has all the time, yeah, and then if that, should I say thank you, and if then is this, should I say thank you, and so on, you can talk too much, especially in the beginning, or ask too much, right?
Yeah.
Better you do first, and then you will see,
Mm.
right?
I watched a interview with you where you talked about two ways of living in a very fun way, like video games, multiplayer and single player modes. And is it that we should shift out of one and move more fully into the other, and how that works?
The first state is that we want to make someone responsible,
Right.
for everything that is giving us suffering. So then there's the mother, that is the father, is the brother, is the school, is the thing. And there is a truth, of course, in it. Yeah. Now there is a conditioning happening. There is all these things happen. But at the end of the day, I always like to recite one French philosopher. His name was Jean-Paul Sartre. Yeah. He was very famous. And for one thing, I really like him. And this is the sentence that he said: "It is not important what they have done to you. It is important what you make out of it, what they have done to you."
Yeah.
Right? So, therefore, it is a waste of time if you look too much in these conditions that have passed to you and that you could not influence also. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also not to see yourself handicapped by that or disadvantaged. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You come here with the ability to succeed. Yeah. And it's up to you how much honor you want to give to it, and how much effort you want to give to it. So in our system, we consider us to be the source of all our problems, all of our so-called reality. Yeah. No, because we create it, right? Yeah, the creator creates creators. So we all are creators, we create, no? And as we do not understand to create harmonically, we create difficult situations, yeah? And that is what you can see historically, what you can see nowadays very strong, yeah? We do create, first of all, suffering, yeah? And when you understand how you do that, how you create constantly suffering, not the other makes you to suffer, but you create it for yourself, yeah, then that is the beginning of stepping out. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems, I guess, the multiplayer mode is the one where there's blame within multiplayers. Okay.
Right.
And many people also identify that their inner state is determined by external events, what people say, what happens to them, what they achieve or don't achieve. But nobody can make you happy or unhappy or mad or whatever. That's your own choice, right, on how to react to that. How can someone begin to start? It's a hard shift from "you made me angry" or "you didn't do," and to "okay, I'm angry. What am I angry at? Why am I feeling upset?" How can one start making that shift?
We like to start with observing complaining, yeah, yeah, that is the beginning. and at the same time to practice gratefulness. Yeah. So we advise a person to say thank you as much as possible. Yeah. If you like to say thank you, God, that's up to you. If not, it's okay also. You just say thank you. Yeah. So thank you must become kind of your second nature, you know. Yeah, that everything, understand, it is not against you. Yeah, nothing. No painful experience, no anything is against us. Yeah. And if you can allow that somehow, this truth, no, yeah, that never life is against you, yeah, and there is no bad will upon you, yeah, that wants bad for you, no. Then the thankfulness and the practicing of thankfulness will open and will neutralize all these complaints and all these ideas that someone is the cause of my unhappiness or of my situation and that I cannot do anything about it. Yeah. If you give the power always to somebody else, you become a victim. No. Yeah, you give all your power away and you cannot act. No. But if you don't do that, you become the actor. No. And one day you become the director. No. Yeah. That is the point. No.
I've heard you say that the path for transformation, there was more luxury back in the day, and now we have to make things happen faster. How can we accelerate our transformation?
Well, now is a very good time because the amount of wars and conflicts expands, yeah, and also its danger, you know, its potential of greater danger, you know, yeah, like it at any time we can slip into a third world war, right, and or in a global situation, and so this is not in every time the same, okay, but now for us it is clearly a very dangerous situation, yeah, and it is on us as a humanity to look at ourselves first, do the work on ourselves first, yeah. And if we do that sincerely, we do not have to manifest a total disaster in the outside, you know. But whatever it is necessary for us to become humble, yeah, and to see our limits, also our weaknesses in a way, no, that we cannot do always, yeah. But first of all, in our range, in our daily life, this is where we have to clean our life and where we have to tidy up the house, you know, yeah, and make sure that our daily life is a happy daily life, yeah. No. Yeah.
So worrying about ourselves and what is within our realm of control, right? As a beginning piece.
Yeah, I mean, if you say to a person not to worry anymore, yeah, most probably is not going to happen, yeah. But you can worry, yeah, and you will worry, and all of us, to a certain amount, we all worry, no? But the worry shouldn't dominate your life, yeah. It should not overtake you. It should not be the foundation of how you live, but the opposite. And this is trust, yeah. Trust that we are able to make it, yeah, right? And that is the trust I have, yeah. No, we can and we will, inshallah, make it, yeah. And now is a turbulent time, and it will stay a bit more turbulent, and will also become most probably a little harder as well, yeah. But at the end of the day, we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
This is how I see it and how I wish it for all of us, and we will create together a more balanced world, a more just world, and a beautiful world. Yes.
You said that pain and suffering and difficulty is not against us, but it's an invitation. What is that invitation asking of us?
Well, it is always, first of all, when the pain comes, you have to turn towards yourself. Yeah, that's the first. If it is a physical pain, then you are 100% present in the body, right? Yeah, you don't look to other ones. Yeah, you have this pain, and you have to notice it, and you have to take care for it. The same is with the other pain, with the emotional pain. It brings you back to yourself. Yeah. So it doesn't feel funny. Yeah, it's not funny. Yeah, but it does the work. Yeah. And as we are now in a world born where we are still on the level of killing each other and destroying our own spaceship, yeah, our Earth, yeah, that is a spaceship in a way as well, yeah. We need obviously a lot of pain to wake up, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is not enough if we listen good words. It is not enough for us to just hear some good talks and this and that, or read this and this book. Obviously not. Yeah. So we are people of the stick. We need kind of hardship. Yeah. As we said before, my hope is that we do not need the ultimate. Yeah. Okay. That is my hope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to suffer more consciously and not reactively, and don't collapse into the suffering, but strengthen from it, learn from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Why is silence such a powerful practice?
Well, silence is the essence of space, first of all, and the outer space is utterly silent, yeah, and the inner space also has a silence, but it has both, yeah. It has a silence and it has at the same time a sound, yeah. We call it the soundless sound, yeah. And in some traditions they have this, they say Om. In our tradition we use more the sound of Hu, yeah, for example. So the high frequencies, the high names of the divine, they have this sound, no, but at the same time they have this silence as well, yeah, right. We're living in a very paradox world, in a very paradox universe. No, it is, many things are present at the same time, yeah. Actually, everything is present at the same time, no. Yeah. So when you are angry, you feel angry, but there is also the presence in you that doesn't have to be angry, yeah, at the same time. Or you feel sad, and at the same time there is one in you that is in joy, yeah. So this, to live with both of it at the same time, this is the harmony, you know. Yeah, if you want your life always be happy, 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 you will have an extreme, you create an extreme, and that cannot work, yeah. And the same way, of course, also doesn't work if you just go into pain and pain and pain, you know. So we have to find this understanding that everything has its place at the same time, you know. So silence has its place, at a certain time, and music has its place at another time. No, yeah, or noise, or whatever that is. Yeah, and when we understand that, then we can relax when something happens that is not what we want, but it is its expression of how it has to be. Yeah, no, how it must take place, right? Yeah.
Now, Zikr, or remembrance of God,
Mm-hmm.
is a central practice in Sufism and in
Yeah.
Islam.
Yeah.
Beyond the repetition of the names of God, what is actually happening to the person while they're doing the practice and or offering the Zikr?
Well, there's lots of things. It is like a medicine, first of all. It has also a physiological effect, very strong. Yeah. It has an emotional effect. It has an effect on the way you think. No? Yeah. Very often it can happen that your intellectual capacity diminishes in the beginning, you know. And this is a very unpleasant effect, but it is good because most of us, the mind engine is too overtuned, is too much heat on, no? And the zikr brings this in balance, no?
Mm.
So your snappiness or your smartness comes a bit down, especially in the beginning, no? And it brings your life into the middle, let's say, no? Then according what is your constellation inside of you, let's say you are a very angry personality, yeah, then maybe the Shaykh will give you some zikr that balance that a little bit, no, or helps you to understand it better, and so on and so on. It's like tools, no, that we use for certain purposes, no. But all tools are there to remove the veils between us and the divine presence.
But there's like 10,000 veils. there's,
Yeah.
there's a lot of veils to pierce through.
Because the divine likes long game, you know, it doesn't want short. It wants long, long, you know. Yeah, this doesn't say, okay, play very short and then I give it to you. No, no. He loves to see us long, long, long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
You mentioned music a moment ago, and I know that music is very important to you.
Mm.
You were a recording musician earlier, and then you stopped for 5 years because Shaykh Nazim asked you to stay away from music for a bit.
Yeah.
5 years is a little bit more than a bit, but then you came back and you it's not just chanting, it's singing, it's playing instruments.
Mhm.
What is the role of music in Sufism generally, specifically, and maybe spirituality more generally?
Well, it is written in our website, Dervish Orchestra. It is the site of our band, that love has a sister, yeah,
Mm.
and its name is music.
Mm.
Yeah. So music is many things, no, but it has this closeness to, or it brings you close in a very short time that not much things can bring you closer in that time. No. Right. So music is a fundamental part of the cosmic expression also. No. Yeah, the cosmos is musical. Everything vibrates, everything has a sound. No.
Yeah, I would think that if you're singing and you're playing an instrument,
Mhm.
so there's two different things that are happening. One with the breath, with words, with the mind to remember at first until the things coordinate, right? And your hands are moving. And then it's almost like the different parts of your body or spirit entrain together. And if you're in a group, it's like this group cohesion happens.
Mm.
And that's a way where everyone can be in the moment. Because when you're singing a song, performing, And I think if anyone's been to a concert and they're singing along, or even just the happy birthday song,
Yeah.
their mind isn't thinking about 100 other things it thinks about through the day.
Yeah, my music is, and especially singing, brings in contact with your soul and gives you a much stronger stand in the world also. Yeah, if you learn singing, if you learn to express yourself without fear, you get into a good relationship with your own voice. That is a unique voice. Yeah, no one has a voice like you. Yeah, it is the most particular and most unique print that we have on us, physiologically spoken. So, for example, the fingerprint is 99.99% safe, but it's not 100%. Yeah. While the voice, there is not one person that has the same spectrum of you. Yeah, not one. They're all different. So your voice is unique. Your voice counts to the symphony of the whole universe, you can say, no? And it's not for nothing that most people have a conflict with their voice. Now, when they hear their own voice recorded, they usually get a kind of shock. Maybe not the new generation anymore because they are so used to hear each other. But I remember when I listened my first recording, yeah, I could not believe it, that this is my voice, and I was completely in resistance to it. No, I would say this is not at all beautiful. It's a horrible voice, and it was more a depressing thing, to listen to it. So, thanks God, I found a very beautiful singing teacher, that freed me from all those judgments and showed me this beautiful way how to come in peace with my own voice. And so singing is really a way to liberate yourself from a lots of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our brothers, sisters, our bird brothers, sisters that sing for us in the morning, yeah. I mean, what is a more beautiful way to start the day than this, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So I always love to hear the birds singing. Yeah.
Me as well.
Yeah.
I think singing must be ingrained in our DNA because everyone seems to sing in their car, sing in the shower, when they think they're alone, humming a tune.
Exactly. Every child sings when they play. Yeah, they take the thing.
Yeah.
They say, and they play around. No.
Yeah.
And for example, my youngest grandchild, she was walking in the forest. She's like 3 years old now, and she was singing, "I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know." She was like
sweet.
singing in the forest, and it was really wow, yeah. And who would do that, like one of us, right?
Right.
She just sang it out, whatever it meant for her in that moment, no? Yeah. And this is the beauty of children. They love to sing, yeah, and they always, they don't ask, can I sing or not? No,
They just do.
yeah, they just do it. And for us, it's good if we study it a little bit because it will just be of more. It will be more pleasant to us, when
Right.
we sing good. Yeah.
Yeah. You do I'm sure you do many kinds of singing, but there's a specific kind that seems very deep and vibrational, I think from India.
Yes, it's
What
called
is the
Dhrupad. It's called
Dhrupad?
Dhrupad. Dhrupad is probably the oldest teaching of singing. Yeah. And it is it's thousands of years old, and it corresponds with the planets and with many things, and yeah, it's a very ancient way of singing. Yeah. It's not so much about songs, but as you said, it is more about the way you sing, the way you do those sounds that they practice, no? And then there are kind of songs, but a classical Dhrupad concert is more towards like a meditation, you could say, but not that you, for example, sing with it. Yeah, there can be parts where you can be invited to sing, but basically it is a deep form of listening. Yeah, that the master takes you with him.
Mm.
Yeah.
And there's music that accompanies the singing, correct?
Yeah, there is there's usually the tempura, that is this four-string instrument that doesn't use the left hand, no,
Hmm.
but it's only you only touch four strings, and it's said about this instrument that it contains all the voices of every human being on earth. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And so this is this leading instrument, and then there can be percussion, yeah,
Mm.
because the Dhrupad can be also becoming very rhythmically, and this is the setup, the usual setup in a classic Dhrupad concert. Yeah.
It's very interesting. It's a very interesting. You sang on one of one of your sobats,
Mm.
and well, I'm sure maybe many, but one that I attended, and I could feel even my own chest vibrating
Mm.
from your voice through the Zoom.
Right.
So I imagine if you're sitting there with the singer, you know,
Mm.
that the the experience is quite deeper than that. Yeah.
Mm. My singing teacher, Ustaz Wasifuddin Dega, he's a legend, you can say, in his mastery of Dhrupad, and he has a long dynasty of a long lineage
Mhm.
uh, singing in his family. That his father and then that his father and so on, and sometimes goes to the uncle, but there are hundreds of years
Wow.
singing dynasty, you can say, and I'm very thankful to him that he accepted me kind of as a student. I don't want to even call myself a student, but he's a really true master of his art. Yeah.
Getting the true transmission of any teaching is
Mm.
is something to be very grateful for, because
Right.
masters have many students, but very few receive the full transmission.
Right.
Sometimes it's family line, like you were just mentioning, and martial arts a lot in the old days was family line.
Yeah.
And you were fortunate to have a direct transmission with Sheikh Nazim, even though you're not family, and that Naqshbandi Haqqani branch is very family oriented. There's a lot of Haqqanis in there.
Yeah. Well, we feel very much like a family,
Yeah.
like, and it's, I never felt different, like we are not official family, but somehow we are family. Yeah.
Mhm. And that teacher student or master disciple relationship is absolutely crucial for transmission. Or is it just a matter of I'm transmitting to this group and some are open to receive and some are not? How does that? Because I know there's a lot transmitting that is not in the words that are spoken.
Mm. Yeah, as you said, a lot of things happen in the unseen, yeah, what
Yeah.
we call the unseen. And there is an agreement between the sheikh and the student, yeah, or the murid. We say murshid also, and the murid. and this is called Bayat. Yeah. So
Bayat.
you make a kind of marriage with each other.
Mm.
And in this way something happens. No. Yeah, and there's a connection, and there's also responsibility from both sides. No. And it's a very serious thing. Yeah, absolutely very serious. And yeah, it goes beyond time and space, I would say. Yeah.
Sheikh Nazim, um, I don't want to misstate it, so please correct me, gave you permission or guided you toward developing what you call the Oasis transmission or Oasis method of teaching.
Yeah.
Could you talk to us a little about that?
Well, it happened actually a year after his death. Yeah.
Mm.
And I was in a very difficult state. Yeah, I was depressed. I was still in a very deep grief. And one day I felt this urge to ask him for help, to somehow, even though he has given everything, but I somehow, I don't know why, but I said, give me something I can work on, like I don't know how to say it here. And in that night, we had a meeting, you can say, and he was giving or opening this system, what we call finally Oasis. No, he didn't tell me a name for it. He just described the pillars of it and the method, more or less. No, and he said it is for everyone. Yeah, it is not only for people who follow the path. It is for everyone. Yeah, it is for believers and non-believers. He said. Yeah, so it's not limited by that way. He said the only thing is you should ask them if they ask what is the condition for it. I said they should drink tea. They should be able to drink tea. Yeah. So.
Well, okay.
Okay. Yeah. And so yeah, the humor, no. And yes, and so he laid down these principles and the method, and he said, this is for you now to work so that you can pass it on to others. Yeah, because now we need to make people to work and not to restrict it to a religious path or just a form, but to open it a little more so that anyone can enter and will have a proper life, let's say like this, no, and a beneficial result. And yeah, and so I practiced it 3 years. That is more or less the complete process, if you want to say so. Yeah. And it was a real challenge also. But it's, for me, it's a never-ending process, honestly. Yeah, because it's not like something's finished. No, it goes on and on and on, and yeah, and has this beauty that it is just expanding. No, right. Yeah, then we started to share it with others, and that's what we still do. No, yeah, but it has been given to me in one night. Yeah, that he asked me to look in his eyes, and then I looked in his eyes, and then some things happened. No, like yeah, kind of transmission. No.
Would you be willing to share a few of the pillars of the system?
Sure, sure. I mean, one thing you already mentioned, and this is the one of the core pillars, is that there's a single player mode. That means I'm responsible for my own self and for my own creation. And the multiplayer mode, no, that is the opposite, yeah. And then there is the helpers. These are our intimate relationships. They help us to see what we free will not see. Yeah, and this is usually our most ugliest side, yeah, that we hide from ourselves and from each other usually. But in the intimate relationship, they break out. No, yeah. So they are our helpers. And then we have the mirrors. These are people in our family. These are brothers. These are working colleagues that are close to us, and we meet them on a regular basis. No? And then we have the so-called triggers. These are people, they can cut us in the traffic, or they can be a salesperson in the bakery or in the bank or whatever, and somehow we don't like how they deal with us, and so on. No, so these three people, they are, or these three kind of people, they are helping us. No, yeah. And then we work also in groups that they are given a theme, no, that they are working on. So the first one is always complain, and they have regular meetings, no, online or offline, and then every 20 days or 40 days, it depends, we meet, yeah, online usually, and then we speak through the subject. We talk questions, and we look at the reports. They write reports to us, no? And yeah, this is how it works basically, no?
Really taking responsibility for yourself to work through all of that, write reports, be responsible to share
Yeah.
with someone else for feedback, and I think it's
Yes.
necessary.
First of all, to sharpen the skills of observation,
Mm.
yeah, of inner observation, that you learn to really, really abstract yourself to a point that you can clearly see what is going on. Yeah, but we do it on specific themes because the ego has this trick that it always leads us from here to here to here to here to here, and so we never really look at anything really, yeah, and we just circle around, And Oasis has this point that we concentrate strictly 40 days on one subject,
Mm.
and try to really elaborate it to the ground, and see how it plays out in our life,
I know that you've engaged in teachings beyond Sufism with the work of Gurdjieff and Krishnamurti and Meher Baba, etc. What is a common thread that you see across all those different spiritual teachings and traditions?
Yeah, that's a very difficult question, and I cannot really give a general answer on that. In my life, it just happened. It's not that I'm this generalist and that I say you have to have that. Actually, the opposite. I would rather suggest anyone that begins to really focus on one path, and to stay there. But it came in my life for whatever reason that I had to meet many masters in that sense. One of them was Krishnamurti. I didn't meet Meher Baba physically, but he appeared in my dreams also, and I cannot say that there was much of a choice, yeah. But on a personal level, it is not that they influenced me in the sense of what do I practice. I keep a very traditional practicing, and they just appeared, and I had to somehow accept it, yeah. And yeah, how can I say, when you meet a real Sufi Sheikh, he is also a Zen master, he is also a yogi, he is also a priest. he has all that aspects, no? And this is what I love in Sufism. Yeah, it is a very integrative path. No?
I'd like to ask one final question, so I don't steal your whole evening from you. You've been quite generous with your time. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
If someone listening wanted to begin shifting the mind from the outward toward the heart,
Mm-hmm.
what is a simple thing that they could begin with?
Well, I like very much this what we call the heart, smiling at the heart, kind of, and you place your hearts on your chest, no? And when you do that, the body is always the focus of your self, is always where you act physically, no? So when you touch your chest, you have automatically a good focus there, right? And yes, as you do now, you close your eyes. That is the right thing to do. And you just first of all feel if there is a heat coming from your hands into your chest. No? And you might feel that very strong, that this heat is building up there. No? And then somehow you try to think of your heart, yeah, connect with your heart, and you just smile at it. No, you with this thankfulness, with this gratefulness that it works always for you, that is there for you, that it is really just for you there. No, this incredible, mysterious organ, no, that is there and that connects you with the universe, literally, no? And you smile at it. Yeah, you have this thankful smile, this happiness about it.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Well, it's time.
That's the call for prayer.
Yep, it's time.
So, sorry. Yeah, so that's that you do a minute, okay?
Mm.
You can do it a little longer if you want, but I love very much this short kind of exercises, because there you can be fully on, you know, and then you can do it frequently during the day if you want, but if you do it 1 minute really full, yeah, it is in my understanding better than when you sit down half an hour and you just wander around half an hour to the nowhere, you know. So 1 minute you can tell your mind, I will focus now, yeah, right? And you be calm, you be quiet, and then you will have a result, yeah, you will have an experience. And you can also ask things from your heart, you know. You can say, for example, I have a difficult meeting, please give me the right way to speak, or give me good inspirations, and so on and so on. No, and then see what happens. No, yeah. So this is a good beginning. No, and then of course, as we said before, to say thank you while you do that. No, you just say thank you, and you allow yourself to just be in this gratefulness about just the simple fact that you are alive. Yeah, you know, that just breathing in and out, and what a blessing that is, and so on and so on. Yeah, so you go just very much to the basics, you know, very deep, you know, and that you can do all these experiences in this world, you know, no matter if they are heavy or not, but that you have been granted this incredible amount of experiences, yeah, that every one of us has been granted, right? Yeah, that we could experience love, that we can experience sadness, that we can experience all those emotions, even the not pleasant emotions like envy and depression and God knows what, no? But we can experience all that, yeah? And this is something very, very precious, no? And yeah, and that you do, and if you want more, then there is more, yeah.
That sounds good. Thank you so much, Sheikh. I very
Thank
much
you.
appreciate.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you
Alhamdulillah.
very much, and